Hi guys, it's Christy Blake. I just wanted to make a quick video recording my end of week 2 stats and everything. So I am a VSG patient, had VSG on June 19th, 2013. I'll put my stats below of all my numbers for that journey, but currently I'm talking about the keto diet. Just warning, this is not for newbies. If you're a newbie VSG patient or bariatric surgery patient, probably not the best idea to do keto right now, but it's up to you and your doctors. So I have struggled with regain and about 45 pounds of regain during my journey. And so I'm nipping that in the bud and on this keto journey. So I started on September 28th is kind of when I started, and it was a high of 228 around there. And today I weighed in at 220. I did get down to 219 this week, but we'll just go with 220. And then last week I think I weighed in around 222. So I lost 6 pounds the first week and 2 the second week, roughly, and I'm thrilled about that. It's great. Scale's going down, not up, so I'm happy about that. I just wanted to kind of give a rundown of what I'm eating, roughly, and then also I take a journal. I've been keeping a journal for the last 2 weeks of how I'm feeling, what I'm eating, you know, all the little notes that I'm learning about. Well, not all the notes actually, but that's what the videos are for. So what I'm eating, I want to let you know about something called rocket fuel. I think it's from my friend on healthfulpursuit.com. She said it in one of her podcasts, and I've been trying it, and I love it. So that's how I start off my day, because I was having trouble, if you watched my last video, of like how to get the fats in. And it's really by good oils. So that's the easiest way to get them in. And then of course by eating food rich with protein and fat. So the rocket fuel is made, I don't drink coffee. I know I'm strange, but I don't drink coffee, so I like tea. I'll have herb tea, or sometimes I'll have green tea. So I've been making it lately with green tea because it just makes me feel great and gives me that little pick me up in the morning. So I get a little pot and I put water in it and I boil it. And then I add about a tablespoon of coconut oil, and I put that in there with my tea bag and let that steep for a little bit, and with a packet of stevia. And then I wait for that to cool down just a little bit, and in my magic bullet, that's what I use as my blender, any blender that you use, or you could just stir it, but I like the bullet blend. It's just a really quick blend. It blends all the liquids. It tastes good. In that one I put 1 to 3 egg yolks, depending on, yes.
Can you put this in? Yeah.
Her hair? Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Okay, sorry for that little interruption. I don't know if this is going to be working on this app. Anyways, where was I? Okay, and then the other cup you put 1 to 3 egg yolks. I've been putting 1, but you can I put 2 this morning. And then I put coconut milk. Okay, get out please. I love you. About 1/3 cup of coconut milk, and then I put like a dash of cinnamon. And then I put the 2 together and blend it, and it is delicious. I love it, love it, love it. And it gives me like 25 grams of fat and a little 10 grams of protein in there, so it's like perfect, no carbs. So I love it. I call that my rocket fuel. That starts me off in the morning. Then I am not hungry till like 12 or 1. And that is considered like a little bit of intermittent fasting. You could just not eat at all, but most people will have like coffee or something in the morning, so that is kind of considered fasting. I haven't played around with that too much. I'm just trying to get adapted, and I'll talk about that in a second, fat adapted versus ketosis. And if I don't talk about it, if I forget, remind me. I'll make another video about it. That could be a whole video on its own. Lunch, I'll probably go to the gym and then come back home and have some eggs and bacon, or some avocado, Sometimes I'll have a salad. And then for dinner, I'm usually making something chicken, beef, something in the crock pot or in my Le Creuset, barbecue, just different things. So this week I've had beef stew with mushrooms. I've had, last night I had like a Italian chicken over riced cauliflower or mashed cauliflower. That was delish. The beef was amazing as well. I'm going to make some chicken curry tonight. I've used pork tenderloin, lots of different things. I'm just buying a lot more meat than usual, so I'm just trying to get adjusted to that point of it. In the evenings, if I haven't met my fat, I'll have a fat bomb. I make these raspberry cheesecake fat bombs from the ketodietapp.com. They have great fat bombs, and it is so good, and it's like the perfect treat. If I'm already to my fat that day, then I will have some tea with stevia, like usually like a cranberry apple or something for fall. Right now my stats are 1400 nutrition. My nutrition stats are 1400 calories, 88 protein, 18 to 30 carbs, no sugar, and 109 fat. So that is what I'm currently tracking in my FitnessPal every day. I'm trying to hit that. Other things I wanted to make note about this week. So I noticed that I have no losses on days where I don't drink enough water. So that is a huge part of it. And you have to just keep it under 30 to 40 grams. I find that if I get near that 40 grams, I don't really have much weight loss. And it's not that I'm not in ketosis. It's just that my body requires less carbs to actually lose weight. So I'm still learning about all this still. And there's just so much to learn. I wouldn't even start it until you've done that research. It's crazy how much there is to learn about it. I have felt great, like no carb flu this week. I did have one episode of, it could have been one of two things, but it was a little hypoglycemic feeling, like not feeling good, lightheaded, felt like low blood sugar or something, where I basically worked out that morning pretty hard, swam pretty hard, and then all I had after was a protein shake with some MCT oil. It could have been a reaction to the MCT oil. That was brand new for me. I had never had it before, and I put like a tablespoon in my protein shake, which is totally doable. It's just that I wasn't used to it. So it's either a combination of those two things, because all I had in the morning was my Rocket Fuel and maybe a little Spark, which is the Advocare like vitamin caffeine thing, which I only have a little bit of that. So yeah, I don't know. I just didn't feel good. And then I basically grabbed a Justin's peanut butter. I always keep those in my purse with also like jerky sticks. And you could also take glucose pills if this happens to you. There's another thing called No Starch or something from a health food store. But I just grabbed the peanut butter and just started eating it. And then it passed about 10 minutes later. So I'm not really sure what it was, but I figured it out. So anyways, that was the only time that happened to me. I had a friend start this with me who's not a weight loss surgery patient, and she's loving it too, so that's really fun to have some support, as well as watching everyone out there who's doing keto, who's also in our community, so that's really cool. You know, I did have a gain, so I got down to 219 like as of last Thursday, and then over the weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I didn't lose, and I actually gained like 2 pounds back, and I just started to feel so defeated. It's just like during the surgery, the same thing. When you're not losing, when you stop losing so quickly, or if you start gaining, or you're at the same place and stuck, it's so frustrating. And I could just feel that like hopelessness start to creep back in, like, oh my gosh, if this doesn't work, what else will? This is my last resort. Like, I just have done so many things, and I'm just tired of it, and I just felt like this is one that's really like just making a difference. Like, I feel like it's totally doable, this lifestyle, for the most part. There's definitely, the first temptation I've ever had was Saturday. I went to McDonald's with my kids so they could play. No one was eating. We didn't even eat there. But I saw like a McFlurry and I was like, I want one of those so bad. I mean, it was just like, of course I didn't, but that was the first time I had a temptation. Um, going to bed early is also a big thing for me. I tend to stay up to like 12, 1 in the morning, 1:30, and working or doing whatever, and I find that I really do need that sleep with this, with any weight loss, because that produces cortisol if you're staying up. Um, what is the other thing? Oh, the biggest thing that's so cool is that I mentioned last week that I've had this shoulder pain, my left shoulder. I can't sleep on my left side anymore, which is my preferred side. And I've just been kind of like nursing it, but I have this like pain. I think it's from my tendons or something around the joint. And when I swim, it really gets irritated. So haven't done anything beyond free stroke. Like I won't do breaststroke anymore. I won't do backstroke anymore. I won't do side stroke, because that makes it even irritated even more. So I've had some luck with just doing freestyle and then not sleeping on it, and it's felt a little better, but the pain's still been there. It is totally gone now, and just like late last week, I started to notice, like, that's so weird, like the pain's not there, like what's going on? And then I watched the scientist talk on keto, and he said that he had the same swimmer shoulder thing that I had, and when he started keto, it went away. And I was like, oh my gosh, is that what it was? And that's like, keto is like totally anti-inflammatory. So, gluten, all that, whatever I was eating before was causing this like inflamed section in my body to flare up. And so I'm really happy about that. That's made me be able to swim for a lot longer, and I can do different strokes, and it's much better. I have to take it easy still, make sure it doesn't come back, but that's been incredible. So that right there makes me motivated to keep going and feeling like this is the right way, and staying motivated for those that are out there that are ahead of me, knowing that the weight will come off. I've been measuring. I'm not any smaller. So I know that the weight that I've lost is just water. So that's also frustrating, and I just need to know that my body still needs to become keto adapted. So I'll talk in the next video about ketosis versus keto fat adapted, and that's really interesting, that information I found out. So I'll talk about that next, but just wanted to give you an update of my week, and hope you're all doing well, and thank you again for supporting me, and I will talk to you next week. Thanks, bye!